Hi, thanks for checking out another one of our videos here. I wanted to make this video because I get this question probably every month from people. I don't know if Gallagher themselves do or not, but I get it quite often on a lot of their current models that they've got out there right now. We are, just an FYI about us, we are an independent shop. We work on all brands and ages of these electric fence boxes, so we see a lot of different ones coming, old stuff, new stuff, and all brands. You know, discontinued models, discontinued brands, and making models built today. But the reason why I made this video is on the questions we get on this particular style of Gallagher, the there's a lot of them, but M360, M560, and M800s, the ones that look like this. It makes them like 4 or 5 small ones like M160, M120, and so on. They're smaller, they're similar in idea as this one. This is a lot bigger case design. But what people complain the most about these things, the kind of price they pay for these things, and the only thing they have for indication that the thing is coming on and working is a single green light, which is fine. People are like, okay, yeah, it's working, but that light doesn't really mean anything. All it means, hey, it's powered on and it's plugged in, it's working, it's pulsing. But it doesn't tell you if you got a short in the fence or not. And that's what the biggest complaint is. Like, because I had a guy call here not too long ago, like a couple days ago, I don't know why he thought we were Gallagher, but he called me up anyway. Maybe he did call Gallagher and complain to them later on, I don't know. But he bought one of these things like a year or so ago, loves the thing, but his cows were getting out or whatever, and he's like, the light's green, why are they getting out? So he went back went and checked his fence, and it was reading like 2.2 kV out of the thing. And so he figured out that long story short, there was a bad short in the fence. We had no idea, and he had no idea how long the thing had been running like that, because the light was still green and clicking and flashing, so he assumed it was working fine. But it wasn't. The unit was actually dragged down pretty hard, and he had no idea just by looking at it that the thing was having any kind of issue or not. So he's like, why can't they put a second light on there and make one red, one green? I was like, yeah, that would be a nice idea, because people have no idea how good or bad their fence is based on just a little green light. Now this light would, instead of putting a second light on here, like next to it or over here above it somewhere, make new boards and some other electronic stuff in there that will turn that light from a green to a red or a green to a yellow to a red, depending on what kind of load it feels hooked up to it. I mean, your guys' 1100s and larger have the row of lights. I'm not saying do something like that, just maybe put a second light there. I mean, your solar ones do it, your S20s, your S40s, S100s all do it. They have another light in there that turns from red to green. Why can't you put it on these plug-in models, make a new style board, and maybe have like version 2 on, like you guys used to do on the old MR5000. You guys had issues with that. You made a version 2 unit. So make a version 2 of your M360s, M560s, M800s. Even if you want to build that down into the small ones, I think that would be pretty nice for the customer. And other brands are a lot less money than you guys do that will have that kind of stuff built into them. But you guys charge retail as of 2023 $400 for this thing, and all they get is a single light that flashes, which is normally fine, but the light doesn't really mean anything. It just tells the guy or the girl that, hey, it's running, it's on, but they don't know if they're getting 2,000 volts, 1,000 volts, 10,000 volts. They have no idea how good or bad their fence is. So if you put a second light in there, redesign the board a little bit, add a second light, and somehow get the output to trigger that light to be, to turn red if it goes down, say below 4,000 volts or 3,000 volts or whatever. A lot of your guys' old units from 20 plus years ago, you're able to do that. The old M800s had that secondary board that would flash red when it's good and not flash when it was bad. Your old M400s had that. Your M250s had that. I think even your B160s, little battery units back in the day, had a light that would go out if you had a bad short. So you guys used to do that kind of stuff. Why can't you do it now? I mean, for the kind of money that you guys are asking for these things, I think you should, definitely consider looking into it. I mean, overall, these units are very reliable. So not like you're reinventing the wheel or anything. Yeah, you have to tweak the board some and add some little extra electronics to it, but can't cost all that much money to do something like that. I think that would be a really nice idea, because I would say we're in July, August time frame of 2023, and just this year alone, I've probably had 15 people call me and complain, or call me and ask about a recommendation charger, and I'll tell them about the lights and tell them that it doesn't really mean anything. So I don't know if they went and bought the unit or not, but I've had people complain about not having another light, because they had no idea that the unit was having trouble because the light was still green. It meant nothing to the unit at all, to the person at all, that they couldn't tell what was going on. So that's my little rant for now. I get that question probably monthly. I don't know if it's not every week, of course, but I get it monthly, and it is what it is. But I think you guys ought to consider that. So, well, that's my little rant for now, and I'm sure we'll have some more rants later on down the road.